Welcome to Entrepreneurial Entrails for some short stories on the guts and glories of being an entrepreneur.
Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason.
Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Plouffe, and I'm coming to you today with Entrepreneurial Entrails. And Fridays I designated, when I first started putting together the plan around my podcast, I designated as Get to Know Me Fridays. And one of the reasons I did that is I firmly believe that business relationships are also predicated on positive personal relationships. And I don't mean kumbaya friends or what have you, but you like to work with people you know. And even if that's just through a podcast or, authentic sharing through Instagram or what have you, I think that goes a lot further than, I'm not slagging anybody, but some of the shiny Instagram accounts I see where everything's sunshine and roses and, faraway travel, which I posted a really interesting link to an article all about the fantasy behind social media accounts. And kind of made me happy that I had chosen to do this from the beginning. So today, what am I going to talk to you about? Today, I'm going to talk about an event that sort of changed my life. And again, not a kumbaya situation, but a couple of years ago, and I shared this when through my Wise Word Wednesdays, I talked about Jason Little and his lean change management, and I may have shared this story then, but if you didn't catch that one, this is a recap, because it leads into what this podcast is all about, which is Happy Melly, and I'll tell you more about Happy Melly in a second. So a couple of years ago, I got involved with an event called Spark the Change Toronto. And Spark the Change was started in the UK, and it's all about teaching people that there's a better way to work, there's a better way to be a boss, there's a better way to have an organization. And it all stems from respect and communication, using tools that foster, teams versus letting people work in silos, and being transparent and understanding the value of that. And there's a lot more to it, but that's the upshot. It's based in the Agile movement, the lean change management, which was originally started up for people who were developing software. And now there's been a whole movement towards taking those practices of project management and communication management and applying them on a broader base. So I met Jason and ended up being the event coordinator for the very first Spark the Change in 2015. And I was absolutely blown away. The people that I met there were amazing. They were all about how to make places better, and teaching and learning and sharing, and solid problem solution situations versus, the very esoteric, be happy by lighting incense or something like that. And I'm very much a problem solution kind of person. So this is one of the reasons this really appealed to me. And on the first day, at the end of the first day, we had an evening reception. And when I say reception, it was more like everybody get together and chit chat and not be sitting in a workshop, but actually get to know people more. And just to give myself a break, I went back to the hotel to get changed, and I had, put together a little evening outfit. And nothing swanky by any stretch, but when you've been running around all day in the same pants, you kind of want to change that shit up, because it just can be. So I took off my Spark the Change t-shirt and went to put on my new outfit and went to leave, and I just felt wrong. And I don't know how else to explain it, but I had a really huge gut reaction to going back and not having that t-shirt on and not being identified as part of the team that was bringing this event. And not from an ego perspective, but I had really found, to me anyway, a tribe of people that I respected and wanted to learn more about, and was really proud to be identified as having been part of bringing this event to fruition. So I went back and found Jason, and we're ending that day with a drum circle, which was completely freaking awesome, by the way. And went up to him and talked to him, and I said, I gotta tell you something. And he looks at me and he figures it's an event logistic thing, and he's like, what? And I said, you've changed my life. I said, I didn't know that working could be happy. I didn't know that organizations had an option to be anything but jerks, and you've absolutely changed my life. And when I went to take my t-shirt off, it just felt wrong, that I wouldn't be a part of the team, and that it just felt terrible. And I don't tend to cry in public. I'm not a massive fan of that, but I did get teary, and so did Jason. And I gave him a big hug and I said, I'm in. Like, I'm in this whole, Spark, Happy Melly, all of this movement towards making work a happy place. I'm just in. It's what I've been missing for the last, 25 years of my working career. So that's what sort of comes into right now. I'm now working on my third event with Jason, and this is the upcoming October 19th Happy Melly Exploration Day, and I'll have some links in the SoundCloud and in the blog that I'm going to put out and what have you. And the Happy Melly Day, so I'll tell you about Happy Melly first. So Happy Melly was, there's a larger story, and I'm going to cut it a little bit short. So Happy Melly, it was Melly Shum, and there was a picture that was taken of her, and she just looks sort of defeated at work, and which is, the way 95% of the population feels. And I won't go into the whole funder story. I'm just going to read you the Happy Melly, or what Happy Melly is about. So there are, I think there's like 10 or 11 funders for Happy Melly, but the two co-founders, one of them is Jurgen Apollo, who is going to be one of the keynotes, or one of the speakers, at the Happy Melly Day on October 19th. And Jurgen was also one of the keynote speakers at Spark the Change the first year. So I've had a chance to meet him. He's a fantastic guy. He is absolutely dedicated to helping people find the resources that they need to make their businesses better, to make their people better, and to understand that, the corner office is not necessarily the best way to go. So excited that he's coming back. Happy Melly Day is going to be the first face-to-face Happy Melly dedicated event in the world. It's the very first one. And the reason is because Happy Melly is a virtual community, which I love because it takes it takes the geographic barriers off of belonging to this organization and getting access to the resources that you need to make your business or your workplace better. So I'm just going to read you from the Happy Melly website. The banner that comes up is, join the Happiness at Work movement. Do you support happiness at work? So what is Happy Melly? Happy Melly is a professional network with a shared purpose. We are a global network of businesses and individuals dedicated in some way to helping people become happier at work. Job satisfaction doesn't have to be a myth, which is what I believed. We believe that happiness is the future of work and that we can make a living while not losing out on life. We are coaches, creatives, authors, speakers, managers, teammates, and entrepreneurs. Through collaboration and aligning ourselves in social entrepreneurship, we are not only able to increase our cooperative impact, but we also give value, attention, and credibility to each entity involved. Working together, we can grow both our collective business objective and our individual ones. So that sounds, a bit idealistic, but it's attainable, it's doable. And if you could, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I never knew that this could happen. So that's one of my chief things for getting behind this. So the second paragraph is, what does Happy Melly do? Because again, problem solution kind of girl, and I'm sure you'd appreciate some solutions. Happy Melly brings together people, services, and small business resources that offer advice and strategies about how to be happy at work. We hold virtual and in-person workshops. We publish blogs, guides, books, tools, and videos, and we look for ways to help each other succeed. We work to create an innovative work environment where you can have fun and make money, all while making a difference in the world. Each Happy Melly funder brings her own business model, and entrepreneurial skills, and can take advantage of the prestige, press, and positivity in her own way. We love to share stories of how people are becoming happier, more engaged, and more productive at work. And we teach you how to motivate your employees and learn what makes people happy and how to make yourself happy. So it goes on, how can Happy Melly help me? Improve happiness and engagement at your work by applying the techniques, advice, and examples our network offers. It's minimum effort for maximum engagement. You just have to be ready for change. And if you're here, you probably already are. So we can keep going on. But the neat thing is that Jurgen wrote a book, which part of the Happy Melly Day on October 19th is about the relaunch of the second version, and it's Management 3.0, which is the one that I have. The one that I have is it's called Workout, which is a fantastic book, and it's all about developing communication skills and structure so that your team feels heard and empowered and all those great things. I'm just going to go back here and just... So we already talked about Happy Melly being global movement and virtual. But I am going to tell you who is Melly, because Melly is the face that you see on all of the promotional material. So the Dutch city of Rotterdam gained a focal point in 1990 when Canadian artist Ken Lum put up this large image of a bespectacled woman processing at her desk alongside the text, "Melly Shum hates her job." This public artwork became the inspiration for the Happy Melly founders and the logo, wanting to help contribute to a world where unhappy workers like Melly Shum no longer exist. On February 25th, 2013, Happy Melly was born. It was and continues to be an experimental social entrepreneurship democracy, growing, adapting, and changing where the collective sees fit. Update. More than a decade after this artwork inspired him, Jurgen Apollo recently got to meet Ken Lum in person in Philadelphia. And then there's a podcast and what have you that you can listen to. So what's my point? My point is, your work doesn't have to suck. Your organization doesn't have to suck. And there are huge organizations that are coming on board and realizing that operating under the industrial model, where it's a top-down management situation and, decisions are made without understanding how they're going to be executed or taking into account, the strengths and interests of those executing them in the first place. And organizations like Happy Melly they're the push behind making this happen. And Jurgen was recently put on a list. I'm sorry, I don't have that up. I'm going to find that for you right now. Identifying him as one of the top innovative leaders in the world for this kind of change. Top 50. Let me just make sure that I've got the right thing here. So he's on the list for the top 50 leadership and management experts according to Inc.com. And where's that list from? Let's just double check. So you can come, it's out in Kitchener. It's being held at, I really, really hate pop-up ads. It's being held at Communitech, which is a regional innovation center out in the Kitchener-Waterloo area. It's going to be held in the Tannery, which is an awesome space. And we're also providing a tour of Communitech. So if you are an entrepreneur or a startup and you're looking for business support in the Kitchener-Waterloo area, then you can take advantage of coming to this event and learning habits and strategies and getting advice for how to succeed, and also meeting Communitech and seeing what other business support services are out there. So this is the Inc. list. And Jurgen is even featured within the article. And he's on the top 100. He's on the top 100 for something else. Top 100 great leadership speaker. And he's really good because I've seen him. So I'm going to provide some links so that you can learn more about it. I hope you will take the opportunity to take a look and learn more about Happy Melly and hopefully come out to the event because it's going to be terrific. It's like a TED Talk, but with workshops so that you don't just sit and listen, but you can actually work on applying what you've learned. There's going to be networking opportunity. There's going to be, it's fun. And we're great people. We're a lot of fun. So you need to come and see it. So if you have any questions, you can get in touch with me. My email is elizabeth@mcvcommunications.ca. You can, I'm going to provide the link, like I said, but you can go to www.happymelly.com and the event is listed on there as well. I'm just trying to find that for you. And then attend events. So if you go on there, you can learn more about the event there and register. The second early bird is up tomorrow. So if you're listening to this on Friday, October 7th, it's up on October 8th. But it's affordable and it's attainable and it's easy and you need to do it. So that's my get to know me today, is that I am fully behind creating happiness at work, not only for myself, but for my eventual employees or people I get the opportunity to work with. And your job doesn't have to suck. You don't have to be unhappy. You don't have to live with a boss who doesn't know how to talk to you properly. You can learn techniques that you can then pass on and share, and then you're continuing to grow the Happy Melly movement, which is going to change organizations across the world. I hope you have a fantastic day. Today is the Friday of the Thanksgiving weekend, and personally I'm thankful that I met Jason Little and got involved with the Happy Melly organization. I am a supporter. I have to renew my payment, but I am a supporter of Happy Melly, and I just think it's fantastic. You need to come out, learn, love, enjoy. Have a fantastic day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
You got